I want to welcome you all to the styling session, and before we start, panelists and I and the model square would like to compliment you on coming to the styling session. We know that callers who are interested in styling are interested in their dancers, so thank you for coming. I'm Lois Wolfson from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The other panelists are Crisler from Texas, and Bob Comyn from Ohio, I believe. I thought I called you in Ohio. Oh well, okay. And we'll be introducing the model square soon. Do you all have your handout papers? All right. Now this is being taped. If you would like to ask a question or contribute in any way, you come right up to the microphone, state your name, the state you're from, and get on the tape. All right, let's go. You ready? Will the model square get up, please? Oh, is he talking again? Oh, yet. The number one couple, my mentors, they're the first two in 81 who opened my eyes to styling, Cris and Aline Crisler, number one couple. The number two couple, Paul and Lorraine Thompson. The number three couple, Joe and Jane Crisler. And the number four couple, Noel Comyn and, forget. Bob Pointer. Is it? All right, let's start right off. Good teaching is far-reaching. That's our theme this year. If we teach a figure without teaching styling, we are not good teachers. Styling suggestions for comfortable and proper dancing. Hands always held, elbows always bent. Trouble spots? Circle. Start circling, please, with your arms straight. If you circle with your elbows not bent, we have an oblong, and it's also ugly, and not a circle. You can stop when you're home. Now bend your elbows and circle. Do you see the difference here? Isn't that lovely? Now we have a circle. Very good. Another. Let's have the heads star through and California twirl. Centers, please do not take hands after this next direction. Touch one. We're in the zero box now. Touch 1/4. How many of you have attended National Square Dance conventions? This is what you see all the time. Right now, we have, if you follow your notes, we have 2 box circulate formations rather than what we should have, centers take hands, 2 parallel ocean waves. I think you've noticed this particularly maybe if you guest call, that they just do not take hands. You have to have hands with your elbows really bent all the time. Girls, turn around. Slide through. Pass through. Should have hands right now. If you don't have hands, you can't do much. Trade by. Slide through. So when you pass through, I tell my dancers, you should have hands after every figure 1/2 second. Of course, if they can't, but they'll have hands, okay? And this keeps the square really close together. Here's another really nifty time to encourage your dancers to take hands immediately. From here, square through 3. Do not take hands when you're through. Complete your square through 3. I call a wheel and deal from here. It's hard. Now, they can do it because they're such good dancers. Do a U-turn back. And do a proper half sachet, left shoulder crossing roll. Boy crossing from the girl. Left shoulder crossing roll. Okay. Now, square through 3. Square through 3. Now, take hands immediately, wheel and deal, and it's very comfortable. Do you see this? Can you see this all right? You got to take those hands as soon as the figure is completed. Okay? if dancers do not take hands all the time, they will be flopping all over the place, unable to establish a formation before the next call. Once you take hands, you have established a formation and you're ready to go into the next call. It is essential that hands be held with elbows bent to keep the square close together to be able to execute calls comfortably. Your elbows should really be bent and your hands should be higher than your wrists. Square it up, please. Arm holds. Follow me here on number 2. Arm holds. Trouble spots, squeezing, and elbows not bent. Face your partner, please. Join left arm holds. Your fingers should be close together with your thumbs close to your fingers, and this will prevent a certain amount of roughness. Arm hold figures are teamwork figures, see, so some resistance is necessary. You can't work with a dead fish. There has to be some resistance, but never squeezing. When dancers first learn, this really has to be carefully taught, and I always use a model square because they're nervous and they have a tendency to squeeze. So if you just keep emphasizing that they do not do that, they simply feel resistance with each other for teamwork. Elbows really bent will enhance the timing and beauty of the figure. All of you keep your arm holds, but rear back a little bit. Step back. Now, elbows are still bent, but if I would call a do pas so, ending with a courtesy turn, it could not be completed in 16 counts, and that's the timing of it. Nor would it be completed comfortably. Now get those elbows bent, almost like you could put a baby right on top of your arms. Now, do the do pas so. Perfect teamwork. And with the courtesy turn. Well, let's do count, because it's 16 count. Now, wasn't that beautiful? Effortless, effortless. Face your partner. Join the left arm holds. Do pas so. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect, huh? Very good. Oh, I think they deserve a hand. Boy, I mean. Even Bob. Even Bob. Arch, number 3, arch figures. Star through, California twirl, box the net, curlicue, trouble spots, squeezing or gripping. As the girl walks forward under the arch, we should simply be aware of each other's hand and gently roll them around. At the completion of an arch figure, the girl's hand usually ends palm up. Immediately adjust to a normal couple handhold. Now do this the wrong way first. I'm going to have them all California twirl, and the girl's hand will end up palm up on the bottom. Go, California twirl. And there's the girl's hand, see? So adjust immediately. Just teach your dancers to adjust immediately. Good. California twirl. Now don't adjust yet. Now adjust. And a lot of times I have seen this one, I guess, called that the California twirl, and the man's hand ends up on top. Now, California twirl, and adjust immediately, and it's hardly noticeable. And it's easy, very comfortable. And California twirl. Very good. Let's have just the head couples star through, and the girl's hand will end up, they'll have to adjust immediately. So do you see what I mean on that? Okay, centers to the right or left through, and slide through and square it up, please. On box, are you okay so far? Do you follow me on this? Okay. Box the mat, of course, starting formation facing dancers. On box the mat, you should simply be aware of each other's hands. That's all. The girl's hand actually rolls underneath the man's hand, and at the end of the figure end up in a gentle handshake formation. Side couples box the mat. Just be aware of each other's hands. Beautiful. And box it again and square it up. Thank you. Okay. Couple figures. wheel and deal, couple circulate, veers, Ferris wheel, lead to right, etc. Trouble spots. If styling has not been taught, one in the couple usually ends up pulling or dragging the other one. Our shoulders and wrists should be close together so as to work as a unit. With this styling, the couple figures will be completed comfortably and on time. Heads star through and California twirl. And you notice they'll adjust to a normal handle right away. And that's perfect. Right and left through. Turn the girl. Veer to the left. Okay, now we have couple figures. The couple looking in, they're fine, but the couple looking out, if they don't work as a unit with their shoulders close and wrists close together, the center is going to end up dragging the end. Not necessarily the girl, but whoever's in the center. Couples circulate. If they work as a unit, it's beautiful. Couples circulate. And those looking out work as a unit. And also, let's do the Ferris wheel. Go do a Ferris wheel, and those looking in particularly work as a unit. Good. Centers pass through. And a right and left through. Veer to the left. Ferris wheel. And work as a unit. And that's nice. Okay. Centers slide through. And slide through again. And slide through again. And sides to the right and left through. Do you understand on that? Have you seen this happen where in couple figures one seems to be dragging the other one? Are there any questions on that? Okay. Pull-bys. Right and left through. Grand right and left. Square through, etc. Trouble spots. Hanging on too long and elbows not bent. On all figures that require pull-bys, we must release handholds as our shoulders pass. This prevents whiplash. Elbows must be bent for proper styling and timing. When you first teach the right and left grand, I'm sure that you teach to release handholds as they pass shoulders. If they don't, it's very jerky because you're going to be jerked backwards. And if the elbows are not bent, you're not going to be home in the proper amount of time. Element left, please. Do it wrong. Right and left grand. Kind of hang on and stretch your arms. Stretch your arms. And they're going to be in a great big circle, and it's going to be ugly, and it's going to be rough and promenade. It's hard for them to do it, except for Bob, because... Okay, do you understand me on that now? Always, it's really essential in good styling to always keep those elbows bent. When you teach square through from a static square, if they keep those elbows nicely bent, they'll be through in 10 counts. Head square through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if they're not bent, it will not be completed comfortably. Element left and square it up, please. Okay. It's impossible to cover everything in a short period of time, but let's look at some figures that require a good teach in styling. Courtesy turn. Trouble spots. Wandering, veering, misplacement of left-sider's right hand. The man or left-sider places right hand in the small of the girl's back or right-sider's back. In a standard position, the girl will use her right hand for beautiful skirt work. Okay, let's have the heads again star through in California twirl. I find a real problem guest calling on a lot of veering and right and left through, even from facing couples. In this case, a lot of times the girl has a tendency to start taking off and the guy has to chase her and they're way out of whack. Okay, let's do that, girls. Do it wrong. Do the right and left through, right pull by. Girls, go on over and meet the guy and turn her and see they can't do it wrong. I'll show you. Wait a minute. Let me take it. This is what I see. You've all been talking about. This is what I noticed. Do the right and left through. And the girl will go like this. And then here you are. See, and then you have to adjust. I've noticed this many times. Okay, so you're just so good that... So the thing on the right and left through, of course, the pull by is a tightrope figure. You got to walk straight ahead, but the tendency is sometimes for the girl to start veering or wandering. Now, on the right and left through, let that left sider move beside you and back up in place, and then you'll be exactly where you belong. Okay, right and left through, and let the boy move over and turn you, and you're just exactly where you belong. Okay. Okay, particularly in an ocean wave formation, we have a tendency, step to a wave please. We have a tendency for the girl or right-sider to turn to the right. Have you noticed that when you teach? Maybe you haven't. Have you noticed that the girl in an ocean wave on the right and left through has a tendency to run? It's really, she turns to the right. And really, you can't blame her because she's completing her right pull-by in an ocean wave. This is a real good tip. When I teach a right and left through from an ocean wave, I tell the girl or the right-sider to simply extend her left hand. She'll take an automatic step. Let the left-sider move beside her and let the left-sider back up in place. Then it's foolproof. Emphasize that in an ocean wave, let's say a girl right here, all the girl does, could be a right-sider, is extend her left hand. Don't even look. Don't look. And let the man move beside her and back up in place and turn her. Do the right or left through. And that's super. Let me get out there now and show you what I've noticed. Let me take your place just for a minute here. Okay, make an ocean wave. Now this is what I've noticed. Okay, right and left through. I noticed that the girl wants to go over here, then the boy, see how they run after her to courtesy turn her. So please step to a wave again. Have any of you noticed this while you're? Yeah, we got to be because we got to be careful on these right and left throughs. And I really think a big help. Tell them the trouble spot. I always tell my dancers trouble spots, and that is a trouble spot. The right-sider or the girl wants to, in an ocean wave, wants to take off to the right. All she does is extend her left hand. Let the man move beside her and turn her. Right and left through, go. Turn the girl. And that's nice. Here's another real trouble spot in the Plus program. Swing through. When we turn and left through, there are two figures. We must complete the turn through, which in itself can be a problem. We must complete the turn through. Girls, stand still after the turn through and let the boy courtesy turn you, in this case. Turn and left through, turn through, and girls stand still and let the boy, and that's nice. Then they're exactly where they belong. This is a real problem where the girl takes off veering. Okay, swing through. Boys trade. Turn and left through. Complete your turn through. Just extend your left hand and let the boy turn you. Or the left-sider turn the right-sider. Okay? Just be sure when you teach turn and left through that they stop at the end of the turn through with no veering or wandering for the courtesy turn. And I love that figure. I think it's beautiful. I think it's very flowing. All right. Any questions on that at all? Just square it up, please, so I don't have to get you back there. Walk around your corner and make an alamandar. And look at those lovely armholes. Gent swing into the right hand, back up star, and hiccup, stop. Slip the clutch. Trouble spots. Dropping the star. Grabbing our corner. Taking too big a step forward. Whoops, what's wrong here? Oh, don't slip it yet. Just I thought maybe you two had a fight right here in front of you. Okay. Look at the beautiful skirt work, by the way. When we slip the clutch, the centers retain the star. And when you first teach it, don't call the next figure right away for a few times. Make them hold that position. Now, retain the star Drop arm holds. I have put an adjective in here, baby step. Because if they take a normal step, they're going to lunge for the corner. Everybody take a baby step. Now they are in perfect position for the next call. Do a U-turn back, swing your partner, and promenade home. Now we're going to go over that again. And don't always call Alaman left, okay? Then they'll start lunging for their corner. Walk around your corner and make an Alamandar. And the gents swing in. Will you guys get disciplined, please? Okay, hiccup. Now again, the star must be retained. They must keep the star until they hear the next figure. Okay, drop arm holds. Take a baby step. Do a U-turn back and a right or left grand. So, see, you don't have to call Alaman. There's all kinds of things you can call. We're going to do that one more time. See the perfect position they're in there? With that baby step, they're in perfect position for the next call. Walk around your corner. I do know other calls. Make an Alamandar. And the gents swing in. Slip the clutch. Now see, see, don't reach. Alaman left. And promenade home. Okay. So if you when you first teach, if you hold them there for half a second before you call the next call, then they'll get used to retaining that star. It's real pretty, and when they do it right. Let's flip over. Dixie style. Dixie. Nobody likes a smarty. Dixie style to an ocean wave. Trouble spots. Being bumped and the trailer having the tendency to courtesy turn, while the right-sider or leader is pulling by. The left-sider or trailer, and this is another adjective of mine, should take an exaggerated step to the right. This will eliminate being bumped, and at the same time, the left arms are adjacent for the completion of the figure, which also eliminates the courtesy turn problem. A lot of times when men have a left hand come to them, they want a courtesy turn. Okay, so let's watch this. Head star through and California twirl. Slide through. Now the ladies are on the right. This is not a sex call, by the way. And it's always started, oh my, that comes after 5 o'clock. And it's tandem. Dixie style to an ocean wave starts tandem. If you start it from facing couples, somebody has to lead. So it starts tandem. Now, fellas, I don't want you to take an exaggerated step. Just take sort of a step to the right, and so that girl will literally, in fact, courtesy turner. Ladies lead, go. Dixie style. And see, you did it too good. yeah, that's good. See, that's the tendency. Because okay, get back where you were. That's okay. It's kind of hard to do. I know, because you're so good. Okay, let's get back in the lines. Let's get back in our lines. Remember, anyway, it doesn't make any difference. Okay. There is a tendency for the leader to bump the trailer, or if that left-sider does not take that exaggerated step, there's a tendency for the man to courtesy turn the girl. Have you ever seen this, had this problem? If you haven't, that's good. Now, this time, I want the left-sider, the men, to take an exaggerated step to the right. Then, when you join left palm, stop. Okay, ladies lead, go. Dixie style. Man, take and stay right there. And then walk a quarter, 90 degrees into your wave. So, and that's really good. Boys cross run. By the way, girls can cross run too. Single hinge. And girls do a U-turn back. Okay, now let's put it with flow to it. Do the right or left through. And the ladies lead, Dixie style, and the boys take an exaggerated step. That's really nice. That's nice. Do an ocean wave. Girls cross run to the far center. I hope you call this sometimes. That's a mainstream figure. Okay, swing through. And the boys run around a girl. I want to show you something here. Bend the line. Pass through. Wheel and deal. We now have tandem, do we not? Leaders and trailers. This is a lot of fun to call Dixie style do an ocean wave like this because it's absolutely perfectly legitimate. And also, we have mixed sexes doing it in the middle. So what? It's not a sex call. So when I say go, the leaders will give a right pull by. Now all the trailers, don't worry about that person next to you. All the trailers are going to take that exaggerated step to the right. Okay, go. Leaders lead, centers lead, and the trailers, and move into your left hand wave. Move in a quarter. Beautiful. And the boys run around the girl. Let's do that again. That's absolutely legitimate. It's a lot of fun. Pass through. Wheel and deal. Centers lead, Dixie style, with the right pull by to an ocean wave. And isn't that fun? Beautiful. Girls run around the boy. Okay. So, exaggerated step. When you teach that, if you have that left-sider, take an exaggerated step. It's just beautiful. We're going to skip over number 4 and go to number 5 for a minute. Swing. Swing. Trouble spots. Many. The swing must be carefully taught. The definition states, this is kind of heady in a way, but after you see, you can square it up. After you see them do it, it'll be okay. The swing must be carefully taught. The definition states, we walk, cross out counter. Cross out counter. That's an error. Cross out counter on your handout sheet. Okay, here we go. The definition states we walk clockwise 4 or more counts. That's the biggie there. 4 or more, not less. Okay. When we swing our partner, face your partner, please. Take swinging position. Where is the man's left shoulder? Is it toward the center or is it facing out? Where's the man's left shoulder, everybody? Okay, good. That's what I want you to notice here. When we swing our partner, the man's left shoulder is in promenade position already, toward the center of the set. And at the end of the swing, 4 counts, his shoulder is again toward the center, ready for the promenade. Go, swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, unroll and promenade. No twirls. Promenade, go ahead. Now, we'll do that again, because this is a biggie.
Could we give them the applaud every once in a while?
Yeah, I really, for heaven's sakes. Wasn't that beautiful, huh? Face your partner. Now, the man's left shoulder is in promenade position, so there's no problem here with the 4 counts in the definition, because his left shoulder will be in promenade position. Swing your partner. 1, 2, and promenade. And that's lovely. Okay, are you ready? But, who do we usually swing? Our corner. Ready? Will the head couples move into the middle and face your corner, please? When we swing our corner, please take swinging position. Where's the man left shoulder, out or in? Good. Where's, at the end of 4 counts, where's his left shoulder going to be? Out, right? What does the definition say? 4 or more. Solution? 6. 6. That's right. So, go. Swing your corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And isn't that nice? You can promenade. You can go ahead. I like to watch you promenade. Like a paddle wheel. It isn't really confusing once you get the idea of where that man's left shoulder has to be for the promenade and go by the definition. Heads move into the middle and face your corner again. Take swing position. Now we see that the man's left shoulder is out. In 4 counts, it'll be out again, which means, according to the definition and proper styling, we must go 2 more counts. 6. Swing your corner. 6 counts and unroll and promenade. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Are there any recording artists in here? I couldn't believe that John really put this in. Now, if the recording artist will give us time for a proper, beautiful swing, we can... Oh, gee, no. You know, oh, they're super, but sometimes you might, they're so busy, but sometimes there isn't quite enough time in a singing call to be able to use a really beautiful, proper swing. All right. Oh, there is. Well, that's what we're here for. That's why we're here. We want them to do it. That's all the more reason we're here. Face your partner, please. Take swinging position. Do you know what the buzz step is in swing? I'll show you. Now, in square dancing, you may use either the shuffle step, the walking step, or the buzz step. It makes no difference. In fact, one of you may use the walking step and the other may use the buzz step. It makes no difference. The buzz step, may I need you please just for a minute, is you put your left toe by your right heel. And also, though, it shouldn't be like this. You should still look like you're on roller skates or on ice skates when you do the buzz step. In contrast, I love the buzz step, and I think when I square dance, I think I use it a lot. You used to walk ship, I'll use the buzz step, okay? So it doesn't, you see, it makes no difference. Oh, by the way, in your notes says, when you take swinging position, you should lean back from the waist and have eye-to-eye contact. And this is nice for the man because he's got something to work with. Absolutely, you should do this. And that really makes the swing beautiful. So watch us do this. Okay.
All there's love.
And I'd like to see all of you do that, please. Face your partner and take swinging position and get that, lean back, get eyeball contact, and swing. And swing. You lean back, and it's much prettier. Okay, all right. Are there any questions now about the swing? If any questions at all? Okay. I would like to see all of you really use a little time on the swing, because it should be very, very pretty and not rushed, and that man's left shoulder's got to be in promenade position after the swing. Okay, 6. Flourish. Twirls. Twirls, I think you know it by probably. Trouble spots, many because of poor teaching. I'm not even going to ask how many of you teach the flourish or the twirls. I do. Maybe because I'm a woman, though, too. That could very well be. But after today, please teach it. I do not teach flourish or twirls for many, many weeks. Nor do I allow my angels to do it until the night I teach it. Okay. First and most important, the girl flourishes herself with gentle aid from the man. It is absolutely up to the girl as to whether she wishes to flourish or not. Girls are flourished by far too many times. Very important, this next sentence, or twirl, whichever you want to use here. The flourish is not part of the swing. How many times have they swung? How many times have they swung with no flourish and promenaded? The flourish is not a part of the swing. Okay. It is an extension of the swing if the girl chooses. It is part of the promenade and should not interfere with the timing of the promenade in any way. The man should hold his hand high, and if the girl chooses to flourish, she will start turning to the right toward the line of dance. She will step right, step left, step right, and blend beautifully into the promenade. If the girl chooses not to flourish, she should gently lower the man's arm and promenade. Consider that except for a twirl into a promenade, a twirl leaves the lady going away from the flow of the next call. That means at home, when you flourish at home. We'll go into that later. I want to demonstrate, then I'm going to have them all do it, okay? That sounds complicated, but it is not. You can get it. Okay, everybody face your partner. Now, he's going to complete the swing and hold his hand high. Then I'm going to take my little three. Now, he's going to start walking in the promenade. And I'll be in front of him, taking my little 3 steps toward the line of dance without interfering with the promenade. And we will blend, I'll blend beautifully into the promenade, I hope. I'm going to be the only one who flourishes. Because the flourish or twirl is a part of the promenade. Because I am flourishing and they are not. Should not interfere with the promenade at all. Okay, here we go. Let's swing. Right, left, right. Look at that. See that? So it's a part of the promenade. And we'll start again. Face your partner, and I want to be the only one flourishing right now, then I'll have some of you others do it. Swing. Okay, happy? Right, left, right. Now that's really gentle. That's really gentle. That was really gentle. Okay.
They call him gentle Paul.
Is that clear to some of you? Okay, let's take swing position, please. Now, I want only Noel and Aline to flourish. Now, that's couple number 2 and 3. The other couples will not, but it should not in any way interfere with the progress of the dance, of the promenade. Go swing your partner and promenade. Oh, that's really pretty. Isn't that nice, huh? Okay? That was really gentle, too. See how beautiful that is? Have you ever seen the guys just whip them around? Oh, okay. Here, fellas, and I don't think probably you realize this, but is Bob a recording artist? A matter of opinion. A matter of... Here's what happens in a lot of the recordings. Circle left properly. Okay, we were supposed to have a record player, but we don't, so that's okay. Just keep going. Do an element left. Weave the ring. Where are they going to meet their partner? Halfway across from home? I want you all to flourish after the swing. Swing your partner. Where are we going here? Okay. Oh, did I have you with a different partner? Oh, all of you get back with your own. I'm sorry, because I want them to see this. I'm sorry about that. I wanted to give her a break for a minute there, Bob. Do an element left. This is after the circle. Weave the ring. They're going to meet their partners halfway across from home. Swing your partner. I want all the girls to flourish. They'll take 5 steps, flourish them at home, and they're flourished again, and it's too much. It's too... They are really smooth. But it is... Do you follow me on this, girls? Can you relate to this? The women? It's too much. And also, recording artists, you leave us standing here for 8 counts when you do start that weave from home position.
That's rhythm
Okay. Here, I want to show you something else. I went through all of this with my own dancers to get their comments. Here's what I've noticed. Just for a minute, I got flags on, let me be a man. Let me take your place just for a minute. Can you move back just a minute? Can you all see here? She's my corner. Now this is what I see a lot. Now you know right now that the swing is not a part of the flourish, okay? You know that now. Here's what I've seen a lot of times. They'll say, swing your corner, and here it goes. See, and there's no swing at all. There's no swing there at all. And the girl was going around right away. Have you noticed this? See, if you start doing this correctly, then everybody will start doing it correctly eventually. And also now from the men, get back. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't hurt you. also, I have a comment from the men. The men told me that many times they want to swing, and the girl takes off. So I think what's going to solve this, yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Try to stay back here.
Okay. Let's get in our square again. What I just told the group here in the styling session is many times when we swing our corner, the man will take 2 steps and immediately twirl the girl. And that's a real no-no, because in fact the twirl is not a definition. It's something extra. You've got the swing first, and then if the girl chooses. And also, I've heard men say that they try to swing their corner and the girl takes off. So now that we do know the differentiation now, that the swing has nothing to do with the twirl. They're 2 different things. The swing is a definition. The twirl is not even a definition. It's just something added on. Are there any questions yet on this? Can some of the women relate to some of this? Some of the men said that they have seen on women's square dance clothes a sign that says, "Please do not swing me." I'll bet they don't mean swing. I'll bet they've been twirled too much. I'll bet they don't mean swing. Okay. John added this on the bottom about, I know what he means though. Let's all of you promenade home. Oh, well, I mean promenade around. Okay. Now when you get home, flourish twirl your girl. But don't leave her in outer space. Bring her back to you. Okay, I have to be back here, don't I? All right, this was nice. See, they're such smooth dancers, but many times, I guess a lot of dancers do twirl when they're home. A lot of times, the man will twirl the girl and she'll just be left out in outer space there. If you do that, bring her back to you so that she's squared up and ready to go. Okay? Atrocious dancing. Are you ready? And I like to have fun. I love to have fun. I think everybody's got to have fun. Into the middle, bump, bump. Square dancers should never be angled. Too many calls are missed because of the atrocious bumps. They're in there giggling, really, instead of listening to the next direction. We do study hard to teach the figures correctly, do we not? Why not into the middle, patting 3 palms and with a big smile on your face? And let's have the heads go into the middle. And you can go like this, that's fine, sure, and then back. You're not angled, you're looking straight ahead and you're ready for the next call. Okay, move back. Let's use the 8 full counts on that. Sides into the middle, go. 1, 2, 3, and then back to, yeah. Okay. You know, while we're on this, I have noticed a lot of callers, that is a figure, you know. Forward and back is a figure. It's an 8 count figure. And I've noticed a lot of callers saying into the middle, then they call something right away. Then why, or forward and back, I mean, and then they call something right away. I don't know why. It should be a full 8 count figure. It's a left, right, left step, and then back. So let's have the heads forward and back. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, and isn't that pretty? I think that's really nice. Sides forward and back. 1, 2, 3, tap, and look at how pretty that is. Let's let them do it. Okay, it is a figure. I think it's 2, isn't it? Right. Another atrocious form of dancing, the slide step in the grand square. Ugly, ugly, ugly. What would the author of the beautiful grand square think if he or she could witness the atrocious styling of the slide step? Now this is true. I was a phys ed teacher years and years and years ago, and in my studies, this is true. The next statement. Most of us lose the youthful elasticity in our knees when we reach the tender age of 30. Yeah, that's true. Most of us. It's ugly to watch people do this, and often very embarrassing. And it is sometimes very embarrassing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let me show you. Yeah, we're going to do that. Well, no, let's see. It's the head that usually do it. You know what I'm talking about? Let me take your place. Either one.
You know the grand square?
Yeah. Either. All right. Okay. Side face. Grand square. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Please, don't let them do it. It's really a beautiful figure, and that does ruin it. It really is ugly. I know there's a lot of discussion about it. I saw Johnny Wyckoff here a little while ago. Is he still here? Did Johnny leave? We discussed last night when I was working with the model square about the timing of the grand square. I guess they have some legitimate statements here. They think that some dancers really think that the swing at the reverse is part of the grand square. The only reason they can swing is because they can't do the proper timing. If they did the proper timing, they wouldn't be able to swing. I doubt very much if it'll ever be solved. The grand square is like a contra. It's 32 beats, and you have to individually from within you feel the 4 beats of every side of that square. And I don't mean keeping time with the music. You can keep time with the music and still shortcut all those corners. You've got the dancers from within have to feel the 4 beats of each side of the square. And I doubt very much if it'll ever be solved. But anyway, let's eliminate the ugly slide step, please. Okay? I'll tell you what I do, and it might help you a little. Rather than having them home 9 beats early on the grand square, I always call reverse. At least they'll stay there for a few counts till they hear it. Then they won't be home 9 counts early. So there might be a little hint for you there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I don't... Milton, what do you think? Do you think that'll ever... I don't know. To me, that timing has to come from within. I don't know. Am I wrong? Yeah.
Probably a little short. I would just say that it takes an awful lot of practice.
Yeah. When you practice with them, they're okay. But then 3 weeks later, they're right back. I can find I do workshop the timing of the grand square a lot. Then they're fine. But then 2 or 3 weeks later, it's gone again. Okay. Let's look at the bottom of the page. CALLERLAB endorses several books with CALLERLAB recommended definitions. Every teach has 5 different parts. Starting formation or formations, ending formation or formations, definition, timing, and styling. And I want to thank, we're not through yet, but I do want to thank all of you for coming. But to teach without teaching styling is comparable to teaching a basketball player to shoot without having a nice straight arm. Now, girls, I don't know if that means anything to you, but it does to guys. When you shoot, you just got to have a nice straight arm. So teach styling, and I'll guarantee you the dancers will love it. And timing and styling go hand in hand. Proper styling enhances proper timing. I want to show you some skirt work. We buy our lovely dresses, and we should use skirt work. We're going to do a chain. And on the courtesy turn, we have a free right hand for skirt work. Now, when we do skirt work, your free hand will drop down. Use your right hand right now, girls, and show them how to use proper skirt work. Don't chain yet. Drop your hand down, your right hand, and pick up your dress and flick your wrist out. That's proper skirt work. Okay. Now, many times on the chain, you will see the ladies go into the center with their right hand holding the skirt. How many of you have seen this? Okay, it's wrong. But don't get mad because they don't know. I never get mad, do you? But I let them know eventually that, they just didn't realize it wasn't right. We never use skirt work with a hand that is executing a call. Which hand is executing the first part of the call in ladies' chain? So you cannot use your skirt work in that right hand. Now, this is my own invention. My club loves it, and they look beautiful. And when I guest call, I teach this, and the men love it. And I want you ladies to do this. And in the back of the book, CALLERLAB recommended, it says if a lady has a free hand, she can use skirt work. So on the right pull-by, the ladies have a free left hand, do they not? And on the courtesy turn, they have a free right hand. So with the right hand, when you go in, I want you to use left skirt work with your free hand. Then on the courtesy turn, right skirt work. Go. 4 ladies, chain, left skirt work, lift it high, and right skirt work. How do you like that? How do you like it? How do you like it? Thank you. Okay. Chain them back. Free hand, left skirt work, lift it high, and right skirt work. Isn't that lovely? Okay, good. You listen to me carefully now. I'm going to show you 2 different ways here, then I'm going to let you decide which one is preferable to the other. Walk around your corner and make an alamandar, and the men swing in and skirts and flourish pretty heavily, girls. Flourish your skirt. Swish, 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 swish. Keep going. Swish, swish. Okay, that's it. And when you get home, just boys turn around and let's just square it up. Walk around your corner and make an alamandar. Hold your skirts high, have perfect posture, and no flourish at all. And the boys just turn around when you're home. Which one do you like the better of the 2? Isn't that okay? Very good. Thank you. 2. How many of you liked 1 better? How many of you like 2 better? Okay. Thank you. So do I. Use skirt work. Okay? Advocate skirt work. And if you like, there's nothing wrong with using that left hand. It's just that it's something new in the ladies' chain, because it does say, if you have a free hand, you can use skirt work. And it's so beautiful. And after you've danced for 8 or 9 months, how often do you do the chain? Not that often, so it can't get boring. So every time you chain, left skirt work, right skirt work, if you like it, start advocating skirt work. The men love it. The men love it. And people if you put on demonstrations, it's beautiful. On bars, on star promenades, and of course on Weave the Ring, you use skirt work to clear the way. That's a different thing. Yeah, to clear the way. Okay, that was nice. Would you want to see that again? Well, see, when you weave the ring, it's really just clearing the way. It's the right, and then sure, Alaman left, and weave the ring, and just clear the way, and use your skirt work. Flip it in and out. Yeah, and just swing and promenade home. Alaman left. Do-sa-do. Men start at the left. Oh. Is there a doctor in the house? Forget it for a minute. Forget it for a minute. Let's get into that now. That was one of the. Oh man. Okay. Attaboy. That's right. They did that on purpose. All stars, men, women, or mixed sexes, use fingers up with your thumb around the back of the hand of the person in front of you with your elbows really bent. On all stars, yes sir? No, that's not a star. That's not a star. I'm talking about stars. Right. Now wait a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. We're talking about stars. Okay. Now, elbows really bent and feel the star. For instance, figures like all 8 spin the top. The center should feel that star with your elbows really bent. Then you can really complete it pretty. On chain reaction in advanced, they got to really feel that star in there. Okay, now we'll do it right. Do an man left. Do-si-do. Men start with the left, and they'll just bend their elbow and move right into it, and that's so nice. Isn't that pretty? Star promenade. Beautiful skirt work, no flourishes. Lift it up a little higher. And do you like that? What? Oh, what isn't right? What isn't right?
The girl's arm goes up on the star.
What? No, around the waist. Okay, wait a minute. Let's look at this. Maybe that's another definition. Hold on, we'll look. Hold on. Oh, maybe it did because I haven't called that long. You know, but I don't. It isn't now. I don't believe. Yes.
I used to start work with my arms and back problems, and a lot of times when I didn't want to swirl me or whatever, I hang on my skirt and do a tight like and like that.
Okay. No. Okay. See, here we go. The man's arm around the lady's waist, the lady's inside arm around the man's waist, under his arm. Yeah, but thank you. Yes.
Just so the lady will know that used to be that way before it was ever defined.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that.
2 or 3 definitions floating around.
Okay, Melton.
The committee worked on that for about 2 or 3 years, and finally, by this consensus decision, it turned out that most of the ladies liked the arm around the waist.
Okay, thank you, Melton.
We went through both ways.
I'm glad you knew the definitions then. Get this book. Do you have this book?
Men like it better.
Okay. Have you got that on stars now? If your men are using, what do you call that, box pack saddle on stars, change it. Because they could just move in it so smoothly this way. On bars, on the backup stars, the box star for the men, right? For stability, right? Okay.
Lois, somebody wanted to see this teacup chain done with the skirt.
Yeah, absolutely. Wish we were supposed to have a record player here. Huh? Okay. Let's really give it to him. Let's use good skirt work on this now. 4 ladies chain, left skirt work, right skirt work, chain them back, left skirt work, right skirt work, head ladies center with the teacup chain and the others go right. New heads to the center a whole turn and a quarter more and the others go right. New heads to the center.
Over.
That's really a beautiful. That is a magnificent figure to use skirt work. Who asked for that? That's magnificent to use skirt work. Really pretty. Okay, let's get into how many here call plus? Okay, let's have the head star through and California twirl. And a right and left through, turn the girl and veer to the left. Okay, I love crossfire. I personally think it's just beautiful, and it takes you from a two-face to another formation. The only thing I can figure out why it is not called very often is, in this case, they're stable, they're okay, is because the centers don't take hands. On crossfire, for good styling, to complete that figure on time, you've got to stay really cuddly. Okay, and right now, of course, we know that the ends cross-fold and the centers trade and extend, and you've got to really do those figures perfect and stay real close. Crossfire, ends cross-fold, centers trade and extend. Lovely. All eight circulate, and the boys run around the girl. Right and left through. Turn the girl, veer to the left. Couples circulate. Now, if they don't take hands, they can't do it. Crossfire. See, that's really nice. That's the only thing I can think of, is that if you call a couple circulate, if the centers don't have hands, you can't call it. It is not called enough, because it's a beautiful figure. And here's another thing. Girls turn around and pass the ocean tidal wave. In your wave, swing through. And the boys run around the girl. Now, when we crossfire from a tidal two-face line, if you really stay cuddly and you don't start spreading out, you're going to end up perfect. You don't have to be grabbing for hands. Okay, crossfire, stay real cuddly, and it's beautiful. Okay? Girls turn around. Let's see, which way do I want you on this? Slide through. Slide through again. And pass through, wheel and deal. And do a double pass through. This is styling I like for cloverleaf, or in the advanced cross cloverleaf. I like this styling. We know that the heads separate and walk around the outside and pick up the dancer coming toward them and walk. It's a 270 degree loop. Trailers. You follow single file. The trouble spot in cloverleaf, they're too close to. Trailers have a tendency to bump or take over. I just don't like that crutch of having them put their hand on the shoulder. I don't like it. I taught cloverleaf a couple of weeks ago, and I do go by caller recommended teaching. I take my time. I don't see what the rush is. And trailers, you have three things to remember when you cloverleaf. You're going to follow that person in front of you single file. But number one, you wait one count, step forward and take the leader's place, and when you loop, make your loop an exaggerated loop, and it's pretty. Go cloverleaf. Leaders go. Now trailers make an exaggerated loop, and it's foolproof, isn't it? Isn't that pretty? Double pass through. So when you teach this, if you tell the trailers that they have three things to remember: wait a count, move up, and exaggerate their loop, and it's beautiful. Okay, and it should be pretty. It's a pretty figure. Cloverleaf. Leaders go, now trailers go, and exaggerate your loop. Isn't that lovely? Same thing on cross cloverleaf. I would, after they cross, well, they do the cloverleaf, so have the, do you like that, Milton? Have the trailers, and if it's a crowded room, I don't call it. But if you're teaching in a crowded room, you have to. Okay, square it up. Bows. My first year at CALLERLAB in '81 in Kansas City, I was all by my lonesome. My husband doesn't square dance yet, and I usually come on my own, and I was so confused. I didn't know where to go. They didn't have an orientation at that time, and I sat in my room and decided to go to styling. And Milton was there, and Cris and Aline, And they're my mentors. They're the ones who really started me loving styling, and it was the bow that did it. When we bow, we do not bow. It is an acknowledgement. If we were, if a boy bows, the girl has to curtsy. And honey, if we curtsied right, we'd never get up. That would be the end of the square dance right there. It's an acknowledgement to your partner and to your corner if you do honor your corner. The men will put their left hand on their back hip pocket, palm out, and the girls will use skirt work, please. On the bows, lift them up, girls. Now, when you and your hands are held, when you bow to your partner, both of you will face each other at an angle, face each other, and you will put the weight on your back foot and honor each other. Put the weight, get your foot, the other foot back. There, and put the weight on your back foot. Now, when you honor your corner, without dropping hands, you look at your corner and transfer the weight. But the girls don't bow. It's eye contact. So let's do this again. Honor your partner, turn and honor your corner. And isn't that beautiful? Huh? Yes. Well, okay. See, here's the thing.
You can't stay there.
Drop hands. If they haven't been taught styling on this at all, it's ugly if you're watching it. This is beautiful. It's just magnificent. But if they have not been taught styling, maybe they don't even have hands in their square, and they're bowing every which way. Now, really overdo it. Bow to your partner, just and turn and bow to your corner, and it's just okay. Yes.
There's no honor involved if you're not looking at them.
Yes, it's.
If all they're seeing is the top of a ball.
There you. I thought that was fan the top. Okay, watch the pretty way again. And you don't have to be stuffy. They can grin at each other, but you should have eye contact. You're acknowledging your partner and your corner. You say, hey, we're going to have a good time together. Bow to your partner, eyeball contact, and bow to your corner. And now that's pretty, isn't it? Wouldn't that be pretty to watch? So please stress that. Oh, yes. I think they probably brought this up in a couple of other sessions, but let's just reinforce it. Side star through in California twirl. Yeah, see, I didn't forget you. Slide through. Past the ocean. When we recycle, it is a no hands movement until the figure is completed. No hands. There's no pushing, there's no dragging. And if you know the definition, I hope, then watch them. Recycle. Center follow. Now face the other two. Stress this. Don't be shortcutting this recycle, because okay, I'll show you why. Slide through. And past the ocean. Swing through. If you allow your dancers to take hands on a recycle, they're not going to be able to do it from a half-sashayed wave. They won't be able to do it. But if they don't take hands, they'll be able to follow the definition. Recycle. Boy, follow the girl and face the other two. See how easy they did that. Okay? I think that's been emphasized in a couple of other meetings this morning, but it's very nice. Okay. Star through and California twirl. All right. Are there any questions or anything else that you would like to have? Yes. Yes. Would you come up here? You can square it up, y'all.
He's getting old and losing it, obviously.
Yes, I'm Helen Smith from the Chicago area. I've seen quite a few different styles on handholds, and I'd like it clarified. I know, bad subject.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, yes, there are arm holds and hand holds, you mean? No. Oh, no way. Oh, well, there's only one way. There's only one way. Head star through. if you go by CALLERLAB recommended styling and California twirl. Now, in square dancing, we never use pigeon wing. Contra, yes, because contra is not rough. They don't rush. In square dancing, no. It's palms together. Okay, step to a wave. They're not holding thumbs at all.
Question. Brody just told me that my thumb should not be touching the back of his hand in a palms up.
No.
That's correct.
No. Well, see,
It's supposed to be behind the card.
yes, it is supposed to be behind the person's hand, but the thumb... come here, Rosie. The thumbs... We heard another thing this morning. That's what's confusing. This is pigeon wing. See this? That's a no-no. That is a no-no. Yes, your thumb can be gently behind the hand you're holding. That is CALLERLAB recommended. Yes.
If we did a turn left through.
I know. See, I'm. This isn't. I'm. Milton knows how I feel about. You're talking to the wrong person right here. Swing through. Turn and left through. Go to arm holds. And turn and left through. Okay, we'll do that again. Okay, now let them see the proper hand hold, though. Step to a wave. And it is fingers crossed with the thumb gently on the back of the hand you're holding. No thumbs together, no thumb locks, no pigeon wing. That's a real no-no. No, okay? Swing through, turn and left through, and if you call it with good timing, I see no problem. If you wait until the swing is through, then you got a problem there. Don't you agree, Milton? If you would wait until swing through. Now, if you call this, if I would call turn and left through now, we got a problem. Okay, boys trade. Turn and left through, so they can go right to the arm hold and turn the girl. Is that okay? Okay, what were you bringing up, Chris? Do you want to talk about?
No, she brought it up.
Oh, I know that's right, though.
Yeah, let me mention one other thing on hand.
Sure. Yeah.
If I may, there may be a little misconception about the hand holds for the left-hand dancer and the right-hand dancer. We were talking a few minutes ago, and the left-hand dancer should always be palms up. The right-hand dancer palms down. Now, there may be some question in your mind about that because we're very macho, we men are, and we always want to have our hands up. But that's wrong. Double-check your definitions and your styling because the left-hand dancer's hand is supposed to be up, the lady's palm down, or the right-hand dancer palm down in the other hand.
Same sexes together, and also have sashayed, isn't it?
Yes.
Also has sashayed.
Let me show you just a second, if you would.
The normal man's position, palms up. Normal girl's position.
Her hand would come up.
Right. Yeah, right. You got that?
Let me tell you one place this would come in very handy to you. And most of you have taught centers in cast all 3/4 around. Most of you know what happens. Everybody grabs elbows and starts shoving. So give me, Bob, will you and Noel get up here? Just take a couple's hand hold position. Now just step apart and leave your hands just like they are. Now at this point, if the go centers in, the man, which is normally set up, would take this, the gentleman's hand like this. The lady would have her hand palms up, and you could walk around each other if that's what the call is, and at least it would give you comfortable straight lines. What happens, Aline, you're a foggy one, both go centers in and show them the way we normally get it and how it would look if we did it correctly. Just go centers in and cast all 3/4 around. Now, most of you as dancers, well, now we'll do it right. Star through. Now, be careful right here. Now, remember the leaders, well, go ahead and get your comfortable hand position. Now, go centers in. Now, at this point, you can do whatever you wish. I'll tell you what, turn around. Everybody turn around. Well, I'll tell you what, face each other. Face each other. Face each other. Oh, my God. What do you expect when you get a square dance? California twirl, Foggy. Yeah. Now, at this point, go centers in. Now watch what happens with the hand. It makes it so nice. And right here, the callers can do whatever they want to do. They can do centers fold. They can do anything that's ends fold, whatever you want to do. But you can also cast all three-quarters around, and watch what happens. Cast all three-quarters around.
Here's again where you work as a unit with the shoulders close and the wrists close.
Right. The arms close together where you can use stability right there. Now star through straight across. California twirl, both of you. Now do it the way we see it happen. Go centers in and cast all three-quarters round. Isn't that nice? Thank you.
That's what you see it done. That's what you see it done. When I do a centers in, when you go out and watch it, they'll be just like that.
Bob, you have anything? You know, when I spoke with Bob Comyn, Bob's a challenge caller, and I don't know if I told Bob at the time, but I did write him a letter, and I said that did not impress me. But the fact that he is a challenge caller and still interested in the comfort of his dancers does really impress me. And if we really are interested in our well, you are, or you wouldn't be here. Are you okay on everything? Any questions? Yes, sir. Come on up.
I'm Ralph Hay from Colorado. Not necessarily a question. I'd like to make some comments. I'm an associate member of CALLERLAB. I haven't been calling for the last 5 or 6 years. I've been on the dance floor. And I've noticed a lot of things happening on the dance floor that I wasn't aware of from the microphone. And I'd just like to mention a few of them in addition to what you said. One, talking about the handholds. I noticed that many of the women, when you're dancing in normal position with the lady on the man's right, do not give you the palm down, particularly on courtesy turns. And that's very difficult. And I think it happens more often than the callers realize because they've not reinforced it in their teaching. They've taught it, but they haven't reinforced it, and they don't notice it from up front. But several of the women, I'd say probably 25% of them, or 20%, maybe that's a little high, do not give you a palm down for a courtesy turn. Many of those who do give you the palm down for a courtesy turn do not do it at the end of a chain through position. They give you the same type of handhold they would give you in a right and left grand instead of giving you the proper hand for a courtesy turn. Another thing that I notice is frequently called is boys run to the right and bend the line. There's no way you can bend the line many times because the lady has already done the turn before you can get around her. That's something you might stress, to complete one movement before you start the next one. When the call is boys run and bend the line, half of the time the lady has turned before you get around her, so you never have a line there to bend. Another thing in breaking the swing, I notice that many of the women take the initiative in breaking the swing. And I really think that's the man's prerogative to break the swing. It's very awkward if the lady breaks the swing before you're in position to promenade, which happens quite frequently. The lady breaking the swing and instead of letting the man take the initiative. The man may take the initiative in the wrong place, the same as a woman does, but I still think that's the man's responsibility to break the swing.
It's the shoulders in where it belongs. Yeah, right. That left shoulder's got to be where it belongs.
Yeah, it has. It's important to break the. Maybe what I should say is important to break the swing in the right place. And I think it's a man's responsibility to see that it is. Another thing, circle forward to a line, and then forward, almost always followed by forward and back. Whether it's called or not, the dancers are going to do it if they haven't got that next call soon enough. But the left end of the line is leading the line. And you do not really have a line. You've got, instead of a line coming this way, you've got a line like this.
What is that?
And when you circle to a line, the line is not established before the forward and back.
Oh.
And if the person who's leading that line waits 2 counts The line is then formed before he moves forward and back. But so often the person leading the line, when you break to a line, starts forward as soon as he gets over in that position, and the line has not been formed yet. And it's ugly to watch, and it's not comfortable to dance, and it's not smooth. And if the line is formed before you move forward and back, it's much, much nicer and much prettier. One other thing that I'm not sure about, you need to check your definitions. The flourish or the twirl at the end of a promenade, is it done with the man's right hand or the man's left hand? It should be done with the right. I noticed even with that's one thing I noticed out here. When you did that, some of the men were doing the twirl with the left hand at the end of the promenade.
That really isn't legitimate.
And that's a question that comes up that I might want to resolve. Mm-hmm. At the end of the promenade.
At this point, you make now another place you
instead of the left hand.
Which is an ideal situation to put the girl in proper promenade position, and she would just take the proper right foot to the right as we go. See, this is the end of the right and left grand. I'm gonna call Marks the messenger. Well, that's a good idea.
That's all the comments I have.
I'm Harry Borger from Pennsylvania. I liked the exhibition on the skirt work. I have tried to teach skirt work, but where in class do you get your girls in square dance clothes? I've found that some of them don't buy skirts. They come in slacks. They come. There's no way they can do skirt work, and so they don't even know whether they're going to stay in square dancing, and so they don't invest in a lot of clothing. And so you're almost through class, and where do you begin teaching the skirt work?
Do it then. The model square can do it, but that's true. I teach skirt work when I guest call because they haven't had it. You don't have to do it. You can wait till they graduate if they're not into their proper attire yet. Yes. Good.
Because I want to do skirt work next week. I want to show you how to do this proper styling of skirt work.
Good.
And it works. They come. We don't care what kind of skirt, but they come and show it.
Sure.
May I say one thing? I get the feeling that maybe the dancers really enjoyed themselves more than you people did out here. But let me tell you what, and this is a true story. I learned how to teach square dancing about like most people do. You know, you buy a book and you study the thing that day, and then you go that night and you teach it, and you get caught and get embarrassed, and you probably run off a few people. So when we got in this styling, we found that there's one very different aspect to this. The definitions are written and set by CALLERLAB, which makes it where you don't even have to worry about where the people are. It tells you where they are. But the styling does one thing that each of you should try. Follow the styling. It not only shows you the definition shows you the body flow, the traffic patterns, but the styling shows you the body flow and even which hand you should be using. And I feel like that my teaching ability has increased by probably about 1,000% since I've got on the styling committee with Melton. I feel that each square dance caller should not only teach styling, but he should dance styling. And if you want to learn real humility, get on the square dance floor with the dancers. And these people will teach you that you are not the God that you think you are. Get down there and dance with them, and you'll find out just how great these people really are. But I've seen callers that have been badgered into doing the dance the way they do it. Now, my dancers don't do it, and I don't give them a bad time about it, but they do not dance the bumps and the pigeon wings and things like this because I teach them properly, and I refuse to dance the way they do it. Now, I tell my dancers, if the other 7 people in your square want to do push-ups, you can do it as long as you don't offend anybody else. But if you offend one person, you've ruined the whole image of the square dance picture. Try the styling. It's all in the books now, and it's a beautiful thing to behold. You ought to really try it. I thank you so much.
I just want to make one comment right quick. Nelson Luttrell from Texas. I just want to make one comment right quickly. First of all, I really enjoyed it. I thought you did a good job as well as the dancers, and I think you deserve a great deal of applause. I wanted to comment one thing earlier, and I just didn't get my hand up in time. When the lady was asking for examples of where to use skirt work, probably the most abused basic in square dancing today is do-si-do. And we all have seen swings, or whatever you call them, replace do-si-do. Now, I do not have an absolute answer for that. If I did, I would have corrected it years ago everywhere I went. But I have figured out at home an awfully good way to stop it in class, and it seems to hold over through the dancing by teaching the skirt work for do-si-do. It's a beautiful place to use it, girls. If when you come up to approach a opposite member for a do-si-do, take the skirt and put the right hand and the right skirt in front, and it's going to keep you from having to do that swing if you don't want to. Now, if the girl wants to do that swing, it's pretty hard to keep them from doing it. But I'm talking about the ladies. I have heard ladies complain that they don't like the swing in do-si-do, and that is a beautiful way to do do-si-do as it should be done, and it'll dang sure prevent it. Just get the skirt work in and you'll stop it. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, demonstrate yet? No.
Problems, like I said. And I get those more when they try to throw me around, and that's why I use skirts and don't work.
Sure.
It does work.
You haven't seen, okay, let's get facing couples, a man and a girl. Okay, let's get those square up. What you do again, it's like weave the ring. You clear the way with your skirt, really. You clear the way. And it is pretty.
How would you put these cards?
That's all right. Bob.
Sides, move into the middle and face your corner. Do-si-do, use skirt work, right skirt work, and now back with left skirt work. Back. Isn't that nice, huh? Okay, one more time. Do-si-do, clear it with the right skirt work, back to back, clear it with the left skirt work, and back. It's a zero movement. Back to place. Oh, you're so good. Let's give them a hand. Aren't they great, huh? One more thing. I think we got 1 minute. Somebody asked me last night, you can tell I like to have fun. I like my dancers to have fun, too. And I don't care if they hoop and howler once in a while. I hoop and holler because that music turns me on. But I don't like rough dancing. And I've studied too hard to allow bumps. And somebody said last night, what do you do when you have other dancers come to your club and they bump? Do you allow it? And I said, no. But I'm not going to yell at them over the microphone. No way. I don't get mad at my dancers or other dancers. They don't know. But when the tip is over, I do go down. And I say, I'm on the styling committee of CALLERLAB. No bumps. Go into the middle and go like this. No bumps at the Why Not Square Dance Club. They like it. In fact, lots of times they'll go back and tell their own dancers that. Just be nice to them. God bless you all. Thanks for coming. Good dancing.
Don't come to Chicago and try to tell them that. They will not.
Thanks so much for helping out. Thanks for your comment. I have to watch it. Thank you, Bob.